storage separate from the presentation. Now, the next slide I have is it talks about what is there behind the scene in 2013 that helps us create SharePoint event sites and how SharePoint drives it. As I said, the topic of this webinar was search-driven. In 2013, everything in terms of content publishing, content sharing, it can be search-driven. When I say can be, it doesn't mean that it has to be. You can always go the older way of getting content and structuring your intranet or internet sites based on SharePoint. Like you can still do that, but there is a better way of doing it. As I said earlier, why we need SharePoint-driven sites, search-driven sites. You see the components here. The most important component is index, search index. You all know that the search has been re-architected in 2013. I'll not take the topic because search topic itself is a big is a bigger one that requires us to have one more webinar, I think. So the behind the, if you see this whole architecture, everything is search driven. When I say you can crawl your external content, you can crawl your SharePoint content, which are documents, pages, digital assets, catalogs. I'll come back to catalog. Catalog is a new concept in 2013. But on later slides, I will explain what I mean by catalogs. So you see this line here. Left side of this line, left to me, is actually your where the content is residing, and the right side is the publishing side. How do you publish the content? The green ones you see are all kind of behind the scene elements. Everything is behind the scene elements, but these are the elements which helps us create search-driven sites. For example, query rules, recommendations, website framework, page framework, SharePoint APIs. I'll just talk briefly about this query rules and recommendations. You saw the Tieto site which I've shown you. I'll just switch it back to the site. It's called, if you see this part, it says last 7 days. What's hot? Last 30 days. Right. What is this? These are, in a typical way, these are recommendations. What I'm trying to say here, what Tieto portal is trying to say is what is hot in last 7 days and last 30 days. How do you achieve this? How do you implement this kind of functionality or features in 2013? SharePoint 2013 Search has built-in components. We call it analytics. If you have seen Search, the new Search architecture, it has analytics components as well. So this built-in component inside SharePoint Search gives us that kind of capability to implement recommendations and most popular things that we were not able to do in 2010. We could have done in 2010, but we had to write a custom code. What I've just shown you, although it's not 2013 based, but the same functionality can be achieved completely out of the box using SharePoint 2013, where you don't have to write any custom code. All you have to do is add a web part, change your query, which I'll show you in my next of the slides which are coming up. So this gives us everything out of the box. You don't have to write any custom code. Query rules is again part of the same concept where, for example, when you search something about sales, you must have read a lot of blogs about this concept around query rules. But I'm just trying to explain if others, you may have not read those blogs, but query rules are again a way to, in a way, this says I want to search something about sales, and my requirement says that when somebody writes the keyword sales, then there should be a blog should come up and should show you only Excel reports, based on Excel files. How do we achieve that? And again, you don't have to write any custom code for it. There's a concept called query rules that can be used to achieve that functionality. So that's again this part I was trying to explain about, which is part of, or I should say, subcomponent of the search architecture. But there are other parts as well. So this is search, but how do you achieve? How do you plug in the pages, and the pages are going to help you? Just give me a second. Yeah. So see, the publishing side again, to achieve the functionality which I just explained, you need components that helps you implement those functionalities. So there are certain components that have been introduced in SharePoint 2013 that can be used. So a few of my next slides will explain what those components are.